big thanks to Napoleon Grills for sponsoring this episode.
Hi, I'm Pitmaster X, and it's time to take our picanha game to the next level. I want to fry a picanha, and here's why. I was thinking there's a lot of ways to cook meat. I want to do it differently. I don't want to be the guy that shows up at Christmas again with a turkey, like turkey or a ham. You know, you could, and probably I'm going to be cooking those recipes, but what I want to eat, me personally, during Christmas, I want a picanha or a big chunk of beef, nice and juicy, smoked, and then finished off with a fry. Now, back to reality. I'm talking about this picanha. It's actually already here. I have it in my hands. I can do it. And I can figure out a way to make this beautiful, juicy wagyu picanha into something extremely crispy and tasty. The first step is making a steak rub. I'm starting off with 1 part salt and 1 part ground pepper, half a part of onion powder, 1/4 part of garlic powder, 1 part of sumac, and for the texture, 1/2 part of dried parsley. And now I'm gonna mix that all up and put it on my wagyu picanha. Don't be shy, you can put as much of it on it as you want. Now I'm gonna use my knife and I'm gonna carve into the fat cap, making small incisions about 1/2 centimeter wide. I'm gonna do the same thing diagonally, and now I'm gonna load up my fat cap with a finishing salt. In this case, I'm using pyramid salt, because the pyramid salt has a coarse texture. It will take away the moisture from the fat and make it crispy in the end. It's supposed to be falling off during the cooking process while the fat is rendering down. I'm gonna be cooking on my Napoleon gas grill, and what? Gas grill? You wanted to smoke this thing, right? You're absolutely right. I wanted to smoke this thing, but let me show you how I do it on my gas grill. I've taken a chunk out of a log of beech tree, and I placed it on these flavor bars. So the heat from the burners is coming up, setting this piece on fire, and creating a little bit of smoke. Look, right there, it's starting. And this is creating a beautiful mixture of hot air and smoke flavor. Now it's time to put my picanha on and set it over indirect heat. Of course, I'm gonna put in my meter thermometer, making sure I got it dead center. And now I'm gonna close the lid and let my picanha cook until it hits a core temperature of 52 degrees Celsius. I just got the notification from my thermometer. It's done, and oh yeah, it's done. Now tell me, you can't smoke on a gas grill. Just look at that color. I keep telling people this, you can smoke on a gas grill, you just gotta figure out the best way to do it on yours. For me, it's simple. I just take a chunk of wood, smoke this thing, and now we got that beautiful brown mahogany color that we get from smoking. And that fat cap with the salt, it became kind of crunchy. And it shrunk up the whole piece of meat. Tightened up. And now it's gonna be just relaxing, just a little bit of chilling out. We don't want temperatures to overshoot. So I'm gonna let it sit for around 10 minutes and let it relax. This is it, the moment where I'm gonna take this beautiful picanha and take it to the next level. This is what happens when you take 180 degrees Celsius beef tallow and pour it on your wagyu picanha. Instantly that fat cap turns into a crunchy crust. The smoked meat crispens up and the smell of beef fills the air. And that's how I take my picanha to the next level. Now it's smoked, it's fried, and it has a crust. It's absolutely crunchy on the outside. And that crunch means more texture in your mouth. So we're actually adding value to this picanha. And there's only one way I know how to make this even better. I'm going to start by cooking some pumpkin squash. Adding a cube of dried chicken broth, let it boil down, and then puree it. And that's going to go on my plate first. Second is what we call in the Netherlands potato balls. But you can use potato croquettes, you can use whatever kind you like the best. I'm going to cut that in half and put it on my plate. Then I'm going to hit my plate with some broccoli that's just boiled enough to be cooked, but still crunchy. Next up, I'm going to add julienne cut carrots, that have been soaking in vinegar for 2 hours. That is going to brighten the whole dish up. And now it's time for the pièce de résistance. Look at the inside of this beautiful picanha. So juicy, so tender, absolutely gorgeous. The first thing that I'm going to do with this picanha is take off the fat cap, because in between the meat and the fat cap there's a silver skin, which is going to make your picanha unnecessarily tough. Then I'm going to cut the fat into little squares. And I'm going to cut the meat into squares to match the fat cap. And now I just created better miniature versions of the real deal picanha. This is a Michelin star plate. And if I can do it, you can do it too. Picanha first, right?
Whole picanha thing first? Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
Should I taste the rest as well? Is it that important?
Yeah, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
is it? Oh, dude.
Yeah?
Like if you make a plate like this,
Yeah.
all the flavors gotta come together.
Yeah.
So I wanna hear like the harsh reality. What would you pay in a restaurant for this dish?
I gotta retry this then.
No, that's the big question. We're gonna go the whole thing, right?
Yeah? Well,
With the mushroom and
yeah.
the broccoli, even the broccoli.
yeah?
Dude,
Broccoli.
Mommy, I'm eating my veggies. Okay, value this plate. I want you to play along. How much would you spend on a plate like this?
And be real. Not like what you want to pay for it.
No.
What's a realistic price in... I would say, well, I think this wouldn't be a main course because it's only 3 pieces of meat. I know
You
it's
would
picanha.
have like 4 courses. This
Yeah.
will be the main course.
Yeah, okay, then it's the main course. But on itself, that's a difficult way to describe a price.
But don't do it on the size then. You can scale this.
I would say for this plate, I would pay 13 euros. As a part, no.
You're so cheap. I would say 18 euros.
Yeah, but then you're only paying for that it's a picanha. A good, really good picanha.
But it is a picanha.
Yeah.
And it's a wagyu picanha. This is gonna take a long time. Morris is gonna eat the whole thing. So I'm gonna put this on speed,
Yeah?
and then they can watch you eat the whole wagyu picanha.
No. I'm not gonna eat the whole thing.
I finished my plate. I want 18 euros for my plate.
Yeah.
I want it. Like, you're not gonna get it for 13.
No.
You're being a cheapskate. I'm gonna be honest. I wanna know what you would pay for this in euros, please, so we can compare a little bit. Just use like
I want the whole
exchange.
picanha.
Let me know, how do you value this? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then let us know in the comment down below. Give us a big thumbs up. Big thanks to our patrons and our YouTube members. Until then,
Eet smakelijk.
and keep on grilling.